Well, it looks like they're just about ready at the 200-meter mark now to get down into business. Final of the girls under 14s. Fellow commentator Chris Conradi has joined us as well, and the first of the 200-meter races is underway. There we go then. 200-meter hurdles, and here it is the lineup. It's Kutsia, Human, as well as Nordia, Roux, Legrandsie, Vosloo, Creer, and Combrink. But here it looks like a it is such an easy win here for our athlete in lane number 5, Kayla Legrandsie. She's already won very comfortably over the half the distance, and now again clocking 25.01 seconds in the girls under 14 200.
25.01 is dan 'n baie vinnige tyd vir die jong dame op onder 14 vlak.
The record is 24.96 seconds, so that just tells you 25.01 completely and comfortably away, and that was without doubt part of why she didn't break the record this time round, because she had no competition whatsoever.
Sy het heeltemal weggehardloop vir die veld daar. Baie goed vir Kayla Legrandsie van Randburg.
So Randburg scores some big points there immediately. It's hard work out there, and they certainly are feeling every single bit of movement out there. They're not out there for nothing. They're giving it absolutely everything they've got, and that's the nice thing to see.
Baie van die atlete moet meer as 1 item op die dag hardloop. By die middelafstande is daar baie keer 'n atleet wat in die 800, 1500 en 3000 meter moet deelneem. So dis besonderse uithou wat moet gebeur deur die hele loop van die dag.
So now it is the gold race. That, of course, was the silver 200. And they're underway as well now. They're on and quickly away to Kayla Fisher, Cassidy Lacey, and a whole lot of them. Here it is in lane 2, Cassidy Lacey one more time. And then in lane 7, Kamta Humo. But it is Cassidy Lacey. She had such a good performance in the 100 as well. Here she comes home now, and a very comfortable win for Cassidy Lacey in the colours of Waterkloof. Her time 25.82. So there you go again. Another bit of proof. Silver, but the silver time was faster than the gold time today.
Nog 'n blitsige tyd hier van die jong dame, en beide hierdie wedlope het die wenner weggehol vir die res van die veld.
School sports continues live here from the Inter-High Noordvaal Gold and Silver Athletics Series, and we're into the half lap race, the 200 meters. Again, such a tough race to get going with, because you've got to get out of the blocks like a 100-meter sprinter. There is just no time whatsoever to rest and wait. You've got to go and keep it going.
200 meter is definitief 'n moeilike item, want jy moet hard gaan, maar dit is so fyn lyn tussen te hard en te stadig, en dit gaan alles oor om haar ritme uit die draai uit in die pylvlak in te vat.
The next of the boys 200 meters will be the under 14s, the silver race, and on the far side there, Andre van der Merwe in lane 1, Nelspruit, Randburgs, Charles Kutsia Wilkins, E.G. Jansen, Corneille Venter in 3. 4 is Pamelo Molala from Potch, Noordevels, Bernard du Plessis 5, Ryan Waterboer in 6 from Rustenburg, Klerksdorp's Olerato Motsiri in 7, and Transvalia's Leander Viljoen in 8. They're underway and they're off as well, and it's a quick start here for the man in lane number 4. You can see that Mpulelo Malala is away from the rest of them by a long shot already. There he goes around the turn now. Look at him go. This is magnificent running from Pamelo Malala. He is away by, 10, 12, 13 meters, a time of 23.42 seconds. Just short of the record here. 23.04 is the record. And you could see from the start, Mpumelelo Molale is the man who wins this one, 23.42. How close is that to the record, Chris?
Dis ongelooflik naby, en is 'n baie goeie tyd van haar jong atleet van Potchefstroom Gymnasium. 200 meter bly daarom een van die mooiste items op die atletiekbaan. Dis 'n kombinasie van spoed en uithou, en dit is net die mooiste item om te kyk.
Fully agree with you. It is a beautiful item to watch because I think in the last 100, so many of the athletes finish so much faster than they have run the first 100. So often that second 100 is the one where they are in full flow, and it's beautiful to see. That was certainly the case there now with Molale from Potchefstroom. And that's a young man that I'm sure you know from your training time and your coaching time in Potch.
Yes, hy sal sy afrigter, Coach Werner, sal baie trots wees op hom. Werner doen 'n ongelooflike werk daar met die jong atlete in Potchefstroom. Hy's veral baie goed met die tegniese aspekte en so sien al sy atlete het gewoonlik die mooiste tegniek as hulle hardloop.
So the gold race is next now, the under 14 200 meters on the far side of the track. They're in their lanes and now get down in the blocks on the far side there. You'll see them coming around in the next second or so. This lineup: Botha, Magila, Nel, Henry, Nodia, Therion, Forster and Flock. They've got the gun there. A very quick start it was from the man in the office colours, Marks Nel, and on his outside, Zane Henry. But it is the young man from Office. He's coming through on the inside. He's being chased by Mare Botha, but no one is going to catch this young man now. Marks Nel is on the way. The time just over 20 seconds now. He's been caught by the man just on his inside, Lerato Magila, but it's too late for him. 23.56. And again, that is a very impressive run there. So the, believe it or not, same as just now, the silver time 23.42. The gold time 23.56, so a quicker time in the silver race. You called it a few times today already, Chris.
Ja nee, ons moenie die silwer afdeling onderskat nie, want is baie keer van die kleiner skole wat nie so baie diepte het nie, maar dit beteken nie hulle het baie talent by daai skole nie. Ons het nou hoeveel keer gesien dat die wentyd in die silwer afdeling vinniger as die goud afdeling is.
Well, some very impressive sprinting early on here in the under 14 category. If this is the under 14s, ask yourself what the under 15s and 16s and then eventually the 19s are going to look like, because that sprinting there by the young men in the under 14s, Pamelo Molale, and then also the young man we just saw in action now in the colours of Office, Marks Nel. So impressive indeed.
Definitief daai seuns onder 19 200 meter gaan 'n hoogtepunt ook wees met Ruben Els en Retsedicho Malenga van Prestige College, as ook Lodlo wat die 100 meter met 'n 10.31 gewen het. Dit gaan definitief 'n hoogtepunt wees om daai manne in die 200 meter te sien.
Just got a message from one of my colleagues at Groot FM, Ruben Dalmage. It's funny you talk about Ruben, and Ruben is saying it's sounding good. So thank you for the compliment, Ruben. I hope you're enjoying our broadcast. It's our great pleasure to bring you the Inter-High Noordvaal Gold and Silver Athletic Series, as brought to you by Ramble, Northwest University and Twiza. And here is our next of the 200s. It's the girls under 15s, 200 meters. And again, a very good performance this time from Nelspruit's Rhoda Nel. She's also come through because she sprinted well over the 100 meter earlier. So she comes through for the victory here. That time 25.23 seconds.
Nog 'n vinnige tyd hierso vir die jong dame van Nelspruit. Ons sien ongelooflike atletiek vandag hierso. Dit is sommer lekker en dit maak ons opgewonde om te sien waartoe hierdie byeenkomste in die toekoms kan gaan. Want hierdie was klaar reeds ongelooflike byeenkomste gewees, en met die borge en skoolsports wat nou betrokke geraak het, kan hierdie net groter en groter gaan oor die volgende paar jaar.
Heeltemal reg, and I see that happening more and more all the time. You can just tell that there is so much talent out there at the moment, and world-class performances. We're seeing virtually every single one of these events. We've had to say that is so close to the record, and this one's close, and that one's close, and it's a matter of just a few nanoseconds, and there'll be new records set up here, and some of these kids will graduate into even bigger things next year.
Kom ons hoop die manne by die universiteite sit wakker en kyk na die talent wat hier is, en maak seker hulle word opgeskraap met hopelik goeie beurse om seker te maak dat hierdie talent nie verlore gaan nie, en dat ons hulle oor 4-5 jaar by Olimpiese spele kan sien hardloop.
That, of course, is the other thing, that with the live streaming the way that this is going, the coaches and the talent scouts can now sit at home in front of their computers and watch this live, or on their cell phones or on their laptops, whichever device they decide, and then take it from there. The next one, the girls under 15 200 meters, they're in the blocks. Koch, De Wet, Jordan, Burger, Van Vieren, Hubert, Malinga and Gerber, and as they get away on the far side there, it looks like it is Malinga, Nosipo Malinga in lane number 7, who's away very quickly, and then in lane 2, Simone de Wet has run a wonderful bend as well. The two of them are getting it on. De Wet is now closing, and she's going past, or is she? It is Malinga, and Malinga is going to hold on for second, while Simone de Wet, who are in the most incredible bend from Help Mekaar, and she finishes in 24.97, and again, the record here, 24.87, so just 100th of a second away from the record. It just does not stop. They keep on producing these incredible performances, do these young people.
Ongelooflike wedloopie van Simone de Wet. Dit wys jou net 'n 200 meter. Jy kan nie, as die eerste 50 voor is, moet jy nie op 'n hardloop nie, want daar kan so baie in 'n 200 meter gebeur.
Jy moet konsentreer en jy moet al die pad deur konsentreer, want nie vir 'n oomblik kan jy ophou dryf en werk nie, en Simone de Wet certainly did drive that very, very solidly indeed, and I can tell you that it is very impressive that she kept it going, and even though she was behind, she clawed her way back and clawed her way back all the time.
Van die groot coaches in die wêreld sê vir jou dat met 'n 200 meter die belangrikste deel van die 200 lê tussen die 90 en die 120 meter merk. Daai oomblik wat jy uit die draai uit beweeg, en dis gewoonlik waar meeste ouens wat daar die beste hardloop is, gewoonlik die ouens wat die wedloop ook wen. So dis baie belangrik om daai deel van die wedloop ook te oefen. Maar dit is so moeilik met hierdie skoolkinders. Hulle ontwikkel so vinnig deur die jaar, so mense het nie eers gewoonlik tyd om die spesifieke goed te doen nie. Hulle moet net genoeg wedlope hardloop en die ervaring weer gaan opbou.
So the next race, the boys under 15 200 meters, they're in the blocks as well. Steenkamp, Verheem, Pretorius, Geyser, Herman, Zaiman, Visser and Oosthuizen. And again, whoa, here's a big start here from the man in lane 4 from Rustenburg, Emil Geyser. And as they now come through, it is in lane 5 also Henrico Herman. The two of them have got it going. It is Herman and Geyser, but eventually it is going to be the young man in the orange who goes away now in lane 4. It's Emil Geyser from Rustenburg, and he comes through with a very good one. That winning time, 22.77. Again, not quite as close as we would have wanted it, but the record there, 21.90. But this is the silver race. So in the end, it was young Geyser in the orange of Rustenburg that comes through in lane 4 to take the win.
Die rekord aan 21.9 wat 'n baie vinnige tyd is. So 22.7 is baie goed vir die jong atleet van Rustenburg. Hy moet definitief aanhou oefen, want hy is definitief 'n groot talent vir die toekoms.
The boys' gold race is next over the half lap. Such a tough event to do right and do it properly. The lineup here, Renen van Aswegen, Garsfontein, Jaden Flow, Kempton Park, Letabo Pamla, Prestige, Waterkloof, Victor Breed in 4, Affis, Junior Masilela, we saw him running so well in the earlier 100, Swartkops, Roan Burger, Help Mekaar, Diego Cupido, and Monuments, Laney Joseph. Almost ready on the far side there now. So they're in and going, and it is Van Aswegen and Flow, and look in the middle of your picture here, Victor Breed, Waterkloof, but it is in lane number 7. Look at him go, Diego Cupido, and now the man on his outside, Joseph, is coming back at him. Is Cupido going to be able to hold on? He's got big boy, he's a big lad, and he's come through for a big win at the same time. So Help Mekaar's Diego Cupido. Oh, look at the time there, 22.94. Just about as good as it could be. It was a wonderful win by Cupido, and a fast start it was by Jaden Flow from Kempton Park. But in the end, it was Cupido and Joseph who certainly gave it absolutely everything they got. And in the end, Help Mekaar's College got the win.
Baie goeie wen daar van Diego Cupido met 22.94.
So again, that record just about a second faster in that case, but keep in mind that that is one heck of a record. It's a tough one to do right at the best of times. So anything close to the 22-second mark for these young men, remember that they're young. They really are so young and they're still learning the art of sprinting.
En gelukkig het hierdie jong manne 'n paar groot rolmodelle op hierdie stadium in atletiek Suid-Afrika met Akani Simbine, Enrico Breintjies en dan definitief Wade van die Kerk ook wat op hierdie stadium besig is om te herstel van sy kniebesering. So ons hoop regtig ou Wade kan ook weer terugkom en die wêreld weer aan die brand hardloop.
So the next race here, the silver race for girls under 16. Record here, 24.05. And the lineup, Ege Janssens, Kaylin Smith, Kayla van der Berg is on her outside. Klerksdorp, Jenny Viljoen from Rustenburg, then Randburg's Lenay van Heerden in 4. Nelspruit's Kyla Labeskagni, Potchgums, Mjandi van Staden is in 6. In 7, Zandri Foster from Transvalia. And from Noordvaal in lane 8, it is Annika Brunk.
Janie van Staden, sekerlik een van die gunstelinge in die wedloop van Potchefstroom Gymnasium. Kom ons kyk wat maak hierdie dames.
They're in the blocks on the far side with a 200. Line-up, Smith van der Berg, Viljoen van Heerden, Labeskagni van Staden, Foster and Brunk. Flag is up and they're on their way. A very good start from Kayla van der Berg in lane 2. She was impressive in the 100 earlier on. Klerksdorp's darkly clad van der Berg is away and running. And look at that, she's a long way ahead now, just on her outside by 2, Leni van Heerden, and she's being chased very hard by Van Staden and Labeskagni, but it is Van der Berg who's away and running. She eased up, she had the luxury of easing up, 24.29, and again, that record, oh so close, 24.05. It doesn't take a brain surgeon to work out that every single one of these races, or virtually every one of them, is just round about record time. The very tall and powerful figure of Kayla van der Berg taking first.
24.29 is 'n besonderse tyd vir onder 16. So dit is definitief ook 'n baie goeie atleet hierdie en ons kom kyk wat gebeur in die goudafdeling.
So that was the silver race for the girls under 16. So the bar has been set very high, 24.29 seconds. That record 24.05. And the lineup now for the girls under 16 gold race. Angelique Strydom in 1 from Affies. Garcies is Lisa Honeyball in 2. 3 is Jacqueline Greiling from Waterkloof. Outside her, Banele Shabangu from Prestige. Helpmekaar's Megan Starbuck. You saw her performing beautifully earlier on. And she's in 5. Monuments Mariki Visser in 6. Swartkops Mariska Jonker in 7. And Kempton Park's Sonay Botha in 8.
Definitief 2 atlete om dop te hou in hierdie wedloop is Megan Starbuck wat reeds vandag al die 100 meter as ook die 100 meter hekkies gewen het.
Ja.
En dan Mariska Jonker van Swartkop is definitief ook een van die atlete om dop te hou.
We also saw Banele Shabangu from Prestige a little earlier on, acquitting herself very well. And she'll feel the pressure because her team was setting the pace in the boys and girls points competition earlier on. Still waiting for starters' orders on the far side there. In the meantime, the final for the boys under 15, 800 meter, that result 2:06.77 seconds for Tian Gori, and he scored 901 points for that. Lutando Mabuza was second, and Janku Erasmus finished in third. Athletes on the far side now are in the block. Strydom, Honeyball, Greiling, Shabangu, Starbuck, Visser, Jonker, and Botha. Look for Megan Starbuck in lane number 5 and in lane number 7, having to run the corner. The turn long, Mariska Jonker, they're away, and as they come streaking around that top corner now, there's a lot of action happening there. There we go then, it's the athlete from Helpmekaar, Megan Starbuck, who's led them through and into the corner. She's being chased very hard by Shabangu on the inside. Shabangu is closing in on the athlete from Helpmekaar. Is she going to be able to hold on? She's closing the gap, but not enough. Help pieces, Megan Starbuck wins it in 25.16 seconds. And this is one of the few races in this category where, again, we've seen that the gold runners are slightly slower than the silver. Winning time in the previous race, 24.29. This one, 25.16. But Megan Starbuck does the business one more time.
Derde wen vir Megan Starbuck vir die dag. Dis definitief al bene moet seker al baie lam wees. Nou dat sy 100 en die kort hekkies, 100 meter hekkies, as ook die 200 nou gewen het.
That's a very impressive performance. So 3 golds for young Megan Starbuck. I bet you she's going to get asked to stand up in assembly next week or later this week at Halpies in Bramies. And they will laud and applaud her, no doubt about that. The far side again now for the silver medal start for the boys under 16, the 200 meters. So the lineup for this one, Randburg's Callum Pretorius, Potchham's Swart, Nardus Swart rather is in 2, Kyle Steinen in 3, Transvalia, Ergie Janssens, Louis de Bruin, Jaco van der Merwe from Rustenburg is in 5, Nel Spruits, Laurens Potgieter 6, Noordvaal Sebastian Burger in 7, and Klerksdorp is in 8. In the form of Jan-Ray Pretorius. They're off and running. So it's Pretorius on the far side and Pretorius on the outside. Which Pretorius will it be? Then a very quick start by Nardus Swart in lane 2. And on his outside, it's Carl Steinen as well. But it is the man in lane 2, Nardus Swart, who's coming through. And on the outside, it's Jan-Ray Pretorius. Pretorius is leading. And now look at this, a very big move here from the man in the orange. But it is going to be Pretorius. No, it's not. Can you believe it? It is the man in lane 5, Jaco van der Merwe. He wasn't in the picture after the bend and only came through at the end here. And that dip wasn't even all that convincing, but it was enough because he did do it just when it needed to. Came through when we didn't expect him to.
Ongelooflike wedloop daar van die jongman van Rustenburg. Hy het net weer eens gewys hoe belangrik is dit met 200 meter die energieverspreiding. Dat as jy alles oor die eerste 50 meter mors, is daar nie veel oor op die einde nie, maar is so belangrik, jy moet ook nie te stadig uitgaan nie, maar hy het daar vir ons nou mooi gewys hoe om 'n 200 meter te hardloop.
Ek stem, 22.95 seconds, so 22.95 it was for the young man right in the middle of your picture there, lane 5, Jaco van der Merwe, with a rather lackadaisical dip in the end there. I don't know if he realized how quick he was in having a go for the gold.
Hy is net, maar hy het mooi gewys hoe geduldig hy net tot op die einde was, en hy het daai wedloop op die einde mooi gewen vir hom en vir sy skool.
So that was the silver race in the boys under 16, the 200 meters. The gold is up next. Prestige's Julius Makubela in 1. Olebogeng Klapi in 2 from Monument. Swartkop is in 3 with Keanu Kutsia. Bjorn van Wyk 4 with Affies. Waterkloof's Maria Zander on his outside. Helpmekaar College in 6. Regard Fourie. Damien Olivier is in 7 from Kempton Park. And Gashi's Matt Norkia is in lane 8.
Die atleet dan om dop te hou in hierdie wedloop is Bjorn van Wyk van Afrikaans Oorseunskool. Hy het ook die 100 meter gewen vroeër vandag en ons kyk nou wat maak hy in hierdie 200 meter.
Bjorn van Wyk in the colours of Affies. They now in the blocks. Steadying the thumbs right behind that white line, making sure that nothing of the finger is over it. And they're off. Immediately, a very good start by Van Wyk. On the outside, it's Matt Norkia and Julius Makubela. Let's just see who gets through the turn fastest. It is the man in the colours of Affies. But on the outside, Matt Norkia. He had an incredible start. They've got a lot to make up here on him. They won't. It is Matt Norkia, Garsfontein. And look at the time there. My word, that is quick. 21.59 seconds. It's a new mark. The old one is shattered, 21.70. It just looked like he got out incredibly quickly. And look at that, he celebrates because he knows he's bust a very big record here.
Baie geluk daar vir die man van Garsfontein, Matt Norkia. Dis 'n blitsige tyd wat hy daar gehardloop het. 21.59. Kom ons kyk wat die amptelike tyd is. Dit behoort dalk 21.58 te wees. Maar dit is 'n ongelooflike tyd daar vir die man. En wys jou weer eens. Dis nie te sê as jy vinnig is oor 100 meter dat jy vinnig oor 200 meter kan wees nie. Dit is baie keer so klein verskil, maar party atlete kan net 'n 200 meter hardloop.
Well, Garsis's Matt Norkeer again producing one of the highlights of the 2018 Inter-High Noordvaal Gold+Silver Athletics Series. 21.59. That'll probably be rounded down, as my co-commentator Chris Conradi says, to about 21.58. And he shatters the old mark of 21.70 and knew it as he went across the line. That was what he was looking for, quite clearly, because he had an eye on the clock. And I wonder if the coach sees that, he's going to say to him, my boy, why are you worried about the clock before you finish? You need to worry about that after the line. Nonetheless, you're allowed to celebrate.
Adrie Skuma natuurlijk, die voormalige Springbok atleet, wat ook dan die afrigter by Garsfontein is. Sy sal natuurlijk baie trots wees op Matt.
The next lineup here, the under-17 200-meter girls. Van Green, Van der Merwe, Oukamp, Brits, Nordee, Van der Merwe, Janse van Rensburg and Rood. They're already on the far side and they're out of the blocks. They've started them quickly with the 200s. They're getting them in and out. They're wanting to make up a little bit of lost time here. And let's see who's come around the bend fastest. It looks like it is lane number 3, Nicolese Oukamp. And on the outside, lane number 7, Sherry Janse van Rensburg. These two are certainly tying one on, but it is Rustenburg's. No, it is closest to us, Janse van Rensburg. Oh my word, I'd hate to call that. Nicola van der Merwe and young Janse van Rensburg. Chris, you were watching that. Please, you call it. I'm not.
Jo, daar is daarom baie moeilik geweest. Dankbaar vir die elektrisiteit en die kamera hierso. Dat ons nie een van ons daai beslissing moet maak nie, maar dit is 'n ongelooflike vinnige tyd. 24,13 op skoolvlak vir die jong dames is baie vinnig.
That is also a brand new record as well. 24.43 was the old mark, and I would think, looking at that slow-mo, I'm going to go with it, and I'll say that Sherry Janse van Rensburg was the one that got there first. Yeah, that looks like it to me from this angle, although the angle is slightly misleading on television. Remember that our pictures are foreshortened, but I would venture to say that Janse van Rensburg got the new record, and also that it would have been Van der Merwe, who was so close as well there. She probably got under the old mark as well.
Yes, ek dink definitief al tweede atlete behoort onder die vorige rekord te wees, wat hulle met 0.3 sekondes verbeter het, wat ongelooflik goed is.
Phenomenal run there. So we've seen 2 new records within the last 20 odd minutes or so, and it's going to get even better. Now, that's the silver race. How do gold match that?
Natuurlijk Rose Zaye van Prestige College, wat in die 100 meter goed gedoen het. Ons gaan nou sien wat doen sy hierso in die 200 meter.
Yeah, they are already. They started them very fast indeed as well. Rose in lane 1 and also in lane 6, Marzan Loots. But it does look like Rose is going to come through. Loots is not going to let her have her own way. But in the end, it is Rose from Prestige. And she runs 24.74. So that is not close to the record and the one that was produced by young Sherry Janse van Rensburg, 24.13. Another one of the silver races that goes faster than gold.
Ongelooflik in hierdie Rose, sy lyk vir my, laat my baie dink aan die Amerikaanse atleet Alison Felix, wat natuurlik al Olympiese spele 200 en 400 gewen het. En ons het definitief hierso in die silver race het ons ongelooflike tye gesien van die jong dames van Klerksdorp, van Transvalia en van Rustenburg.
Indeed. So young Rose Zay actually comes through to win that one, but she looked like she knew she had the win going and cruised in. And that's probably where she let the mark go, because she looks capable of running very close to 24 as well.
Sy het baie gemaklik gelyk daar. Sy kan heel waarskynlik nog vinniger gegaan het, maar vandag is tye nie so belangrik nie en dit gaan alles net oor die punte.
200 meter boys under 17, Strydom, Swarts, De Pree, Mazibuko, Kutse, Janse van Rensburg, Elus and Ulofse. And they are on the far side there. It looks like they're in the blocks already. They are indeed. Under starters orders now. So the schools represented in this one. This is the silver race. Transvalia, Randburg, Potch, Nelspruit, Noordheuwel, Klerksdorp, Rustenburg and E.G. Jansen. Evenly away for the 200. It looks like the man in lane 3, Martinez de Pree from Potchefstroom, has had a very good start, and the men inside him have also had a very good one. Lane 3 it is, but they're closing the gap on him. Zeilinga Strydom is in there too. It's these two who are having a full go at each other. Strydom and de Pree. Strydom and de Pree. It looks like Strydom is going to get there on the far side. Johan Ulofse taking third place. Zeilinga Strydom from Transvalia, 22.17. And the old mark, the existing record, survives 21.58. Zeilinge Strydom, Transvalia. Long legs. He still looks like he has a lot of filling out to do, and if he does, he's going to be very difficult to beat. He's got a lovely long stride and a lovely arm carriage as well.
Baie van die seuns, party ontwikkel vroeg en ander weer laat. So partykeer kan jy onder 16 een van die topatlete wees en 'n jaar later is daar 'n paar manne wat skielik groei en jou verbyvat. So dit is so moeilik op skoolvlak. Is die een jaar is jy nog die hero en die volgende jaar is daar 10 ander ouens wat beter as jy is. En dit is nou maar net hoe ontwikkeling plaasvind, maar dis nie net te sê as jy 'n jaar nie goed hardloop, jy moet ophou hardloop nie, want wat baie keer gebeur hier op 21, 22, dan is al die manne weer gelyk uitgegroei en dan is dit weer 'n ander storie.
So very true, and all of this is changes so very quickly indeed. The final now for the boys under 17 gold over 200 meters. The lineup here: Bevan Jonk in 1, Lindokuhle Gora, Ruben Barnard, Wouter Lou, Marcus Peterson, Dwayne Lewis, Wouter Leroux, and Edouan Groenewald. In the colours of Swartkop, Prestige, Monument, Helpmekaar, Kempton Park, Garsfontein, Waterkloof, and Affies. They're in the blocks on the far side of the field. Set, and they're off and away and running. We'll catch them on the turn as they come through. Our cameras haven't been able to get absolutely everywhere. There they go now. This is the final for the boys under 17. A very good start for the man in lane 3, Ruben Barnard coming through. And on the outside, it's Edouan Groenewald, but it is Ruben Barnard. On the inside now, here's a fast finish by Lindokuhle Gora. He's come through for the win. My word, that's remarkable. 21.85 seconds. And you would not have said that he had any chance with 70 to go, and he's run himself into the win. The record barely survives here too, 21.58.
Nog 'n baie vinnige tyd hierso van 'n skoolseun, 21.85, en dit wys jy net weer eens met die 200 meter. Daar's baie atlete wat nie so goeie wegspring soos met die 100 meter het nie, maar as hy op die 200 meter weg hardloop is dit heeltemal 'n ander storie en hy kan ook deurkom mooi op die einde soos wat Gora Ledoke van Prestige College gedoen het.
Well, Gora was really impressive. I want to tell you that was unbelievable because the pace was being made by the rest of them, and he waited and waited, and when the afterburners and the turbo kicked in, they all just saw his dust. Didn't even really have to dip for it. He was up to it right through the line. In fact, finished 30 yards further up. He could only pull up the handbrake. So it is now the girls under 19, and I know that quite a few people will be watching this one with great care indeed. This is the silver race, and the lineup here in 1. Claudia Jansen van Rensburg, Shante Null, who's had a good one already today, Anzel van Wyk, Christine van Grenen, Melissa Steenkamp, Leah Wissing, and then Cordy Klaasen in 7, and Chantalise van der Berg in lane 8. They've just settled in the blocks now. Schools: E.G. Jansen, Nelspruit, Rustenburg in 3, Randburg, Klerksdorp, Potchefstroom, Noordvaal en Transvalia.
Ek wil ook daarom met krediet gee aan die organiseerders en die afsitter op die stadium. Hulle is presies op tyd. Hulle moet 14:30 skiet en op hierdie stadium is dit 14:29. So die program gaan mooi op tyd eindig met so baie items vandag, is dit nogals ongelooflik.
Hulle het ongelooflik baie tyd hier opgetel met die 200s, want hulle het vinnig, verskriklik vinnig gegooi, so vinnig dat ons sukkel om hier by te bly. Maar nou ja. Hulle het 'n kat by die huis, heel duidelik. And the 200 is off here. It is Claudia Jansen van Rensburg, Shante Null in lane 2. Look at her go. She's going nicely on there. Her outside, Anzel van Wyk. And right in the middle of the picture in lane 5, it is Melissa Steenkamp. Steenkamp is in control here. It was a good start by Jansen van Rensburg, but now it is Melissa Steenkamp from Klerksdorp, the dark blue and the white. She's firmly in control here. Lovely high arm carriage, beautiful stride. She eases in 26.22 seconds. Het rarig glad nie eers hard gedruk nie, Chris, heeltemal aan beheer en in beheer van die begin af.
So gemaklik, en dit is wys jy net met 200 meter gaan dit alles oor daai ritme regdeur van die begin tot op die einde van die wedloop.
So the next race in our lineup here is the under 19 gold race, the 200, and starting in lane 1, Nicola Gibbon, Denise Groen, Simon Kellerman, Paddy Rorisang, who's already finished in the top 3 and been on the podium, Toinette Murray, Segopotso Molloy, Geraldine Botha, and Shante Reineke in the colours of Swartkop. So the schools as they line up, Affies, Help Mekaar, Waterkloof, Prestige, Garsfontein, Monument, Kempton Park en Swartkop.
Die atleet om na te kyk is Nicola Gibbon, dan ook Simonay Kellerman van Waterkloof, as ook Rory Sangpade van Prestige College.
So Gibbon, Kellerman and Paddy all running within the first 4 lanes on the left-hand side of each other.
Sover het ons 'n paar verrassings ook gesien, so mens moet nie te vroeg voor die wedloop sê wie gaan wen nie, want hier is 'n hele paar atlete wat skielik bykom.
Yeah, and of course that winning time just over 26 seconds in the silver race. Can they go faster here? In the blocks on the far side of the Pilditch Stadium. Under the set mark, and they're off and going. Very good start by Nicola Gibbon in lane 1. She's already closed the gap on the young runner from Help Mekaar College on her outside, and right in lane number 6. Also a very good run by Segopotso Molloy, but it is the young lady running out there in lane number 3. You called it. It is Simone Kellerman. Kellerman is coming through now, and it's a demanding win from her in lane 3. 25.01, and again, I know, I said it before, stuck record, but 25.01, not exactly a lifetime away from 24.19, which is the record.
Baie goeie wen daar van Simonay Kellerman, en dan sien ons ook dat die wind so bietjie optou, so die tye gaan dalk ook nie meer so vinnig wees nie, want hy kom nou mooi reguit teen hulle in die pylvlak af.
Yeah, those flags on the inside circle have been sort of fluttering, and every now and then there's been 1 or 2 little gusts, but now it's just starting to pick up a little bit more than what we've seen for the early part of the day. So now we move to the 1500s, and it'll be the girls 1500 first, but we've also got the boys under 19 200 still to go, and that'll be the last event of the 200s. Fascinating to see how this is going to go. In the silver race, it's Jason Short from Noordvaal in 1, Gary O'Callaghan in 2, Franco Pinaar, Transvalia, then Anton Potgieter 4 from E.G. Jansen, Rustenburg's Camille Niels, then Nelspruit's Roan Labuskaghni, Randburg, Keegan Kugelenberg in 7, and Potchefstroom's Alex de Waal in lane 8. This is the silver race. They are under starters orders on the far side. Short, O'Callaghan, Pinaar, Potgieter, Camille, Labuskaghni, Kugelenberg en de Waal. Very fast start by the man in the inside lane, Jason Short, as they come around the corner. And again, now it's settled in lane number 4. The man there is leading is Anton Potgieter. And now on the outside, Alex de Waal from Potchefstroom. De Waal is striding away. Here's a big challenge for him coming on the inside, and he's just going to hold on. Or maybe not. Was that Roan Labuskaghni from Nelspruit who came through at the dip? Here we go again. Take a look. In lane 6. Did he get it? Oh, I think so. I think he stole it on the line. Roan Labuskaghni, again, one of those sneaky finishes, and that just tells you that anything is possible. 22.47 seconds. My goodness, that was really well done.
Baie vinnige tyd daar van die jong manne, en dan is dit ons nog nie seker wie die wen gevat het nie, maar dit is weer eens 'n baie naby wedloop wat hier vandag gebeur het. Nou gaan ons oor na die seuns, na die onder 19 die goue wedloop, en hierso natuurlik het ons vir Ruben Els van Affies, en dan Retsedinzo Melengwa van Prestige College, wat dan ook die wêreld jeugkampioen in die 200 meter is van laas jaar in Kenia. So dis 'n besonderse atleet, maar die atleet om dop te hou is Standu Dlodlo van Monument, wat die 100 meter in 'n 10,31 sekondes gewen het.
So the lineup here, 1 is Werner Skuman, 2 Rudolf Richter, Karl van Deventer, 4 Ruben Els, Andries Esterhuizen from Waterkloof in 5, Andrei Durant, Help Mekaar in 6, and dan Retseditswe Mlenga from Prestige in 7, and Tanda Dlodlo in the colours of Monument in lane 8. The schools lining up again for you: Kempton, Garsfontein, Swartkop, Affies, Waterkloof, Helpies, Prestige and Monas. They're not yet in the blocks on the far side there. It's got a little grey now, and it looks like there may just be a little drizzle as well at the same time, and that's exactly what's happened. There's a drizzle out there, and this may not be ideal for the spectators, but it's lovely sprinting weather, this. And they're away now. So Skuman Richter van Deventer, Els Esterhuizen, Derant, Mlenga and Lodlo. Let's have a look at who's into the corner first and into the turn. On the far side here, it looks like Mlenga and Lodlo. Lodlo is flying along. Mlenga is now closing the gap, but he cannot close it enough. It's Tandu Lodlo. Look at the time here, 20 seconds, 20.43. That absolutely obliterates the previous mark of 20.86. My co-commentator Chris gave it a because that is impressive to say the least.
Ek is nie heeltemal seker nie, maar as ek my tye reg het, mag daai dalk 'n nuwe SA junior rekord wees. Maar ek dink nee, Clarence Munya het al 20.1 gehardloop, maar daai is definitief een van die vinnigste tye wat van 'n skoolatleet in Suid-Afrika nog gehardloop is. 20.43, net om so 'n idee te gee, gewoonlik lê die kwalifiserende tye vir wêreldkampioenskappe en Olimpiese spele op senior vlak is so by 25, 24 rond. So dit wys jou net hierdie man is ongelooflik vinnig.
Well, I want to tell you, if Clarence Munya is watching this, he would have gone, I better go and fetch my spikes and do a few extra repetitions today. Tanda Dlodlo from Monas clocks 20.43, and that must be one of the fastest times ever clocked by an under 19 or 19 and under athlete in South African athletics. And I'm sure that the record holder Clarence Munya would have thought, well, this is a young man that I've got to watch, and so should the rest of the world as well.